A new Boston Dynamics robot, Elon Musk's first prototype Starship, self-healing robots, a vertiport in Italy, and other high-tech news in this one issue. Boston Dynamics unveiled a new robot, Stretch, designed to automate warehouse operations. The mobile platform, capable of moving in any direction and overcoming obstacles and ramps, features a mast and the arm itself. The mast with sensors provides enhanced sensing, fast and accurate detection of objects. The robotic arm has 7 degrees of freedom and is able to unload boxes or pallets directly from the truck due to its large reach. The robot's smart grip recognizes and works with all types of packages without delay, thanks to the built-in monitoring and active controls. The mobile base of Stretch is very compact and allows the robot to drive itself into the unloading truck. The robot can run on high-capacity batteries or on mains power. The company positions Stretch as a fast and smart robot that is easy to deploy in any warehouse. Japanese company Man-Machine Synergy Effectors showed a huge humanoid teleoperated robot. The operator in the VR booth controls the robot's arms, not only by directly copying the movements of a real human, but through a system of levers. A VR helmet transmits stereoscopic images to the operator from 2 cameras on the robot's head. It also reads head movements and transfers them to the robot in real time. But the best part is that there are pedals on the booth, but not working yet. However, apparently in the future, the company will add functioning legs to the robot. The U.S. Advanced Research Agency DARPA continues to develop its program to control combat aircraft with artificial intelligence. Physical flight tests are expected to begin this year. The U.S. is closely investigating 2 accidents involving Tesla. In the first accident, a Tesla Model Y crashed at high speeds under a semi-trailer in Detroit. Thankfully, no one was killed in the accident. It should be noted that the car was operated by a human. The second accident happened when the car was being driven in autopilot. At least, that's what the driver is claiming. The Tesla crashed into a traffic police car standing at the edge of the road, and no one was hurt again. Tesla is unlikely to be held liable, since the rules require the driver to be in control of the car's autopilot. However, the scrutiny of accidents by authorities may suggest that new U.S. President Joe Biden's team may reconsider regulatory practices regarding intelligent driver assistance. The Chinese company EHang intends to create a vertiport in Italy whose design is inspired by a baobab. Passengers will ascend to the upper platform of the 30-meter tower made of steel and laminated wood by means of an elevator. Immediately below the terrace, there will be a waiting room and panoramic square restaurant. There are plans to install a number of photovoltaic panels in the tower to generate more than 300 kilowatts of energy per day. Some of it will go to charge the company's electric flying cabs. The British will try to cause rain in the Arab Emirates by using drones with ionizing units on board. Low-power electric charges could cause larger water vapor droplets to form. The technology will be tested in Dubai in the near future. Scientists have created self-healing robots. The 2-centimeter fish-shaped robots have rigid hydrophobic middle layer, and the robots are coated on top with a layer of highly magnetized microparticles. The team added platinum to the tail end of the robot. The metal reacts with the hydrogen peroxide-based fuel to form oxygen bubbles that propel the robot. Scientists first cut the robot with a blade and then cut it into 3 pieces. Each time, the robot self-healed through a strong magnetic interaction. Engineers at the Stanford University Robotics and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory taught their robot Rizon to manipulate objects of variable shape with different surfaces. They succeeded by developing hybrid electrostatic grip pads inspired by geckos. The research is aimed at creating robots for retail applications. The candy company, Mars Incorporated, has created a robot nicknamed Smiley Face that chases customers around the store and obsessively suggests that they buy more candy. The robot is currently being tested at a store in New York City. Interestingly enough, the robot is not just trying to sell candy, but also collects data on how customers move around the store and interact with specific products. SpaceX has assembled the first stage of a Super Heavy launch vehicle for Starship, which was named Super Heavy. According to Elon Musk, the work is not yet finished, but it will be necessary to weld together a tank of liquid oxygen and methane. The first prototype of Super Heavy BN1 will have a height of about 67 meters from the top to the end of the nozzles of the Raptor engines. Starship and Super Heavy together will be 120 meters high. SpaceX hopes to be able to begin orbital launches of Starship as early as July of 2021. Agility Robotics showed how the Digit robot moves using GPS navigation along waypoints, detecting distant obstacles using LiDAR. The robot maps the terrain using stereo cameras and balances its movement in real time. ANYmal and BASF, a major chemical manufacturer, talked about the effectiveness of the ANYmal four-legged robot in a new video. The company's chemical complex is located on an area of 10 square kilometers and is constantly growing and developing. This mobile robot has solved the problem of precise mapping of the enterprise, regular inspections, and data collection. Skydio showed off the results of an early test of its 3D Scan Sneak Peek software. It is the first adaptive scanning software of its kind, based on Skydio autonomy. 3D Scan automates the acquisition of any terrain with full coverage and ultra-high resolution. It requires minimal pilot training. On May 1st, an experimental Dawn version of the Beta Robot Cafe will open in Tokyo. The idea of the institution is that all the robots in the establishment will be controlled from home by people with disabilities. The initiative aims to help such people not only earn an income, but also communicate with other people while continuing to be members of society. Fanuc will create the world's largest industrial robot manufacturing center in China. This is how the Japanese company will compete for market share in the country. China is currently experiencing a robotization boom. The investment in the project will amount to $240 million. Fanuc's competitors in the race for the Chinese market will be Japan's Yaskawa, which is already building a similar $50 million factory, and ABB of Switzerland, which plans to invest about $140 million in its Shanghai plant. At the same time, the Chinese government is preparing a plan to promote domestic technologies. Beijing intends to increase the share of local players in the domestic market to 40%. The Center for Tactile Internet, with Human in the Loop, has published an intriguing video which demonstrates control of the Boston Dynamics robot Spot using an interactive glove. There's no current explanation in the video's description, so we're awaiting official news, but as of now, the idea sounds promising. By the way, in a previous episode, we told you how Spot the robot helped the police and scared the locals. However, it turned out that they were not the only ones who were scared. Now the country wants to introduce restrictions and bans on the use of armed robots by police officers. At the same time, the public fears that even an unarmed digidog can easily become deadly. What do you think? Are these fears justified? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We can't leave without mentioning the issue of the sensational news that a painting of the robot Sophia was sold at auction in the form of an NFT for almost $700,000. The co-author of the robot was Italian digital artist Andrea Bonaccetto, whose work for Sophia took as a bias. My algorithms derive unique patterns that haven't existed in the world before, so I think machines can create. Recently commented by Sophia about her work. The piece, titled Sophia Instatation, is a 12-second MP4 file showing the evolution of Bonaccetto's portrait into Sophia's work. Note that NFT, or non-interchangeable tokens, became popular in 2021. For example, in February of 2021, a Nyan Cat GIF sold for $590,000. What do you think? are robots capable of creating works of art. Subscribe to the Pro Robot channel, like this video, and don't miss the next episode about the Neuralink brain chip and whether or not it can make us as smart as Elon Musk.